I'm John Caspian. We were joined by Rob Bristow, Gregg Hammer, Mark Schubach.
Yep.
John and Aaron are in a future adventure because their characters are off doing another thing in our adventure. So it is us. We're having a great time. You guys ready to go?
Oh yeah, sure is.
Heck yes. So last time where we left off is you were at the docks in the Underhive, right around the area where they have the world fish. So then this is a huge dock section, like a couple of miles long, and by a couple of miles it really goes like along the shoreline, several miles up and down. But this is kind of the main hub area. You had just intimidated and shot a bunch of the local piscator gangers, who have a sort of fish symbol on their gang. And then John and Aaron, as the Space Marines, decided that they would go hunt down the gang leader and find out more about what is going on here, along with all of the problems happening on the Underhive, why the gang has not been doing their due diligence and all that stuff, while y'all have decided to follow the black market lead, which basically the guy who was running the docks told you where things went to, like cybernetic things. So they had the servitor claw, which pried open one of the dead people's doors, comes from the black market, basically. That's what he said. So you are in the dock area. He's just told that, and John and Aaron's characters have just marched off toward what they are told is the Piscator gang area.
And we know wherever they go, people are going to die.
Yeah, so they're going westwards toward the gang headquarters, basically.
I guess we start heading towards the black market.
All right.
Sounds good.
So when you're in this area, there is a loading dock that brings in world fish and other things from the ocean area. And there's a big ruckus that you see about 300 yards down. It's a fair distance away, but it's enough ruckus that you see people actively running toward the area from where you are. That's even people who are distracted from what you just did, which was kill some gangers. They're actually running toward this area over there. There's a bright glow in the area around all of the people, and you see, Rob, you can see with your eyes that there's a fair amount, several dozen people in this area over there.
Well, we don't have Space Marines drawing a lot of attention. I think we could probably walk up that undetected.
Yeah, I guess we'll start heading that way.
All right.
Kind of curious what green glow or what glow is.
It's a blue glow.
Blue glow?
Blue glow, yes. So it's a mild blue glow that gets a little more intense as you get toward it. About 100 yards out, though, you notice that the glow gets more intense. And at this point, Gregg, can you give me a Psychic Mastery, difficulty 3? Rob, right, can you give me a Tech, difficulty 4? And then Mark, you can give me also a Tech, difficulty 6 for you.
That makes it 3, right? Because that would be above a 4?
Yep.
3 for the Psychic Mastery.
You got a
4
3.
for Tech.
But he crit it.
Yep.
How many successes?
Well, 3 successes. Yeah.
Right, with a crit, so we can, if that will go toward your thing, so you don't get any extra information, you could always push an exalted icon if you wanted to, because a 6 does that, but because that is required to make the number, you don't get to push that for extra information.
All right. Well, actually, is it a Tech check?
Tech of 6 for you, Mark.
I rolled without even looking.
Yeah, how many are you rolling?
I'm rolling 4 dice.
You need a 6 on 4 dice.
Yeah, I got this.
I don't even think it's physically
1,
possible.
2, 3, 4.
I ended up with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10?
You text the hell out of that.
Okay, 10 works. So, do you have any exalted dice that you can push?
I have 2.
You want to go ahead and push those for more information?
I will.
All right, cool. And then Mark?
I only got the 4, so I got nothing.
Okay, so Mark, you don't discern much as y'all are walking up to it. However, and how many did you get, Gregg?
I got
3?
just
So you got the
right,
test. Okay, you sense a dampening of your psychic powers.
Oh no.
You literally feel like your connection with, I guess, the warp and what makes you strong mentally is like deadening as you get closer.
Ooh, it's a blank.
Rob, you recognize that glow. As you get closer, your suspicions are confirmed that it is ancient xenotech.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
boy.
because you are a Xeno Hunter world, stage 8, you recognize this as potentially Necron.
Could be quite dangerous. That energy is distinctly Xeno in origin. I do believe it is specifically the race that goes by the term Necron.
Yes, exactly what I determined as well. Yes.
Whatever it is, it's incredibly dangerous.
These people activated it.
Yeah, Mark, roll a knowledge check.
All right. Let's
Difficulty
see
4.
No. I'm saying what is it?
Knowledge.
I don't. Knowledge is not a skill.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Insight.
Investigation. Insight.
Insight. Gotcha.
That's the closest thing to history.
Yeah.
You're going to check your memory banks to see if you can...
Yeah, I got 1.
1. Okay, so you don't really recall anything about Necrons.
No, they're just beep boops or something. I don't know.
Yep.
They're a hyper advanced race that is essentially molecular technology.
Yeah, what he said is just I paraphrased it.
Yep. And Rob, you know Necrons are more advanced than anything that's ever existed, as far as you know. And how do you react to recognizing that, Rob?
I would like to get my hands on it, but I'm also very cautious because Necron technology is usually dangerous. So, how far are we from the source of the glow?
100 yards.
How many is that in meters? Everything in this game is defined by
That's
meters.
the same as meters, so 100 meters.
There's a little bit of difference.
It's a tiny bit difference, but it's fine. 100 meters.
See if we can appropriate this, as it is very dangerous to these dock workers. We may require some official work in this regard.
It's going to
of
be very
course.
hard for me to do anything over there. I'm feeling very psychically weakened here.
Now,
All right,
you're not
I'll,
incapable, it's just you feel a dampening.
Yeah.
So I'll walk over and based on my dice rolls, I'll go ahead and say, all right, everyone, I'm gonna flash essentially whatever chevrons I have on my shoulder, or and be like, all right, everyone, move along. This here beep boop whatever technology is now under Forge World Digi's 8 jurisdiction. I'm gonna need you to create a perimeter around this object, so that we can get these Schmeknon, was it? Yeah, Schmeknon technology under wraps.
All right.
So move along, everyone.
So, roll a persuasion check, difficulty 3, to get people's attention. There are hundreds of people at this point. Not hundreds, dozens.
So I get.
Yep. So what is your skill there for?
I got 7 total on persuasion.
Nice. All right, difficulty 3.
You just jinxed me, Greg.
Now, you're still about 50 yards out when you,
Oh,
you
really?
know,
Did I?
Yeah.
at this point.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with.
You can push both of those.
I can push both the 6s. I rolled.
So you are able to get the most local dozen or so people to back away from the area. They start moving away and going about their business. However, there's still several dozen that are gathered around this glowing beacon that you see. Mm-hmm. You can't really actually see what it is. You just see the glow because there's so many people around it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're about 50 yards away right now.
Yeah.
Is there any like scaffolding or low buildings or anything that I could clamber up on to get a better look over the crowd?
Go ahead and roll me a athletics check to climb up. Difficulty 3.
On 4-hole dice.
Yeah,
Well, you got it.
I got it with a 4.
All right, cool. So you were able to get up on one of the cargo crate crane things. It stands about 10 meters tall. And then you are able to spot basically that there's a bunch of people gathered around this glow, and it looks just like a pile of moss. It looks like algae and moss.
I'm going to pull my rifle out and use the monoscope that I have to try to get a better idea of what's going on over there.
All right.
I'm not
Then
gonna
go ahead
scope
and
off.
roll
Literally gonna aim.
awareness for me. Difficulty 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got this. See, 1, 2, 3, and I guess I'll use one of my wrath dice
Okay.
to reroll a bunch of these.
Oh, there we go.
So that is 5.
All right. With your
With
monoscope,
one-
you are
one
able
push.
to detect basically that there's a skeleton underneath this moss.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Do we have comm links?
Yes.
I'm going to radio down to Tyrus that it looks to be one of the soldier casts of the Necrons, and if it's glowing, that probably means that it's active, so it could become a grave threat any moment now.
All right.
We need to get up there.
Do I have any kind of flashbang to
If it's in
clear
your
the crowd?
equipment, yeah.
Well, no. I mean, I just see grab, shoot, hot
There's
shot,
still
left.
about 50 or 60 people that are really gathered around this. It's very fascinating to people, you know. They don't see glowing objects very often, especially glowing
Oh.
moss.
I don't see any grenades of any kind.
Thank God.
Well, I
Can
just
I,
want a flashbang. Is all I want.
Can I ignite my staff and try and wave it to get people's attention and get them away from the moss?
Okay, so go ahead and roll Psychic Mastery for me.
All right.
And into the warp you go.
So this will not be a
Probably.
difficulty check. This will basically tell you how many people you get their attention of. For every
Okay.
success that you get about 5 people's attention.
Oh boy.
That's a 3.
All right, so you get about 15 people's attention that are closest to you. Some people that are still making their way toward it, and a couple people that have been looking at it. They see the glow from behind them, turn around. They kind of come toward you. People are asking questions, what's going
I
on.
am also glowing.
Do what?
I said I am also glowing.
Right, and you're glowing brighter to the people who are closer to you, but not quite as brightly as the people who are closest to the object.
Hey, Scion, how bad do you think it would react to a warning shot?
Poorly, especially since the hotshot las is not meant for warning shots. That would be for a typical las gun.
But don't shoot at them. Just
No,
in the air.
I know what you mean. Let's just say the ceiling won't fare well.
There's not really a ceiling. I mean,
Well,
there is.
we're
It's
not
just
in a.
you're on the edges of the hive because you're right near the ocean. So it's open air. It's just nighttime.
All right. So how loud is a hotshot las? Seems like it's just.
Well, if you overcharge, it's probably pretty loud.
It's not a gunshot because you're not firing,
Yeah, it's just.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
that
it's also bright. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, Rob's weapon is a
I have a last pistol.
hypervelocity ballistic round, so
But I'm also another 50 feet behind, or a little bit behind everybody.
but it is a galvanic rifle. So if you
yeah.
wanted to make a sound, you could make that.
I mean, I could plug one into the ground beside the glowing thing, or even into the glowing thing, but that might turn it on.
That might turn it on.
More so.
Yeah, is that kinky?
All right, choose something.
All right. Well, you want?
I mean, I'll set myself up and I'll lay down on the storage unit I'm on and pick a piece of ground.
Okay, so that's going to give you a
Besides
+1
glowing
to your
thing?
ballistic skill because you're prone and you're aiming.
Plus 1 of my ballistic skills, so that takes me to 10.
All right. So then ballistic difficulty for this one is going to be 5. You have a crowd of people you're avoiding damaging anyone.
I'm gonna
Don't
shoot
shoot a
somebody.
person.
And now you're shooting at the object.
And 3 people died.
This is how we do it around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
So you can push one of those.
I can push one of those to find a place that'll make a very good "poing" noise when it hits the ground so that everybody notices.
Nice. There's a cargo crate that is, I'd say about 10 meters off from the crowd.
And I will plug it into there to make the most noise, and that way, hopefully, the Scion can get everyone's attention based on the loud noise.
All right.
You're up, Scion.
So as you line up your shot, you notice that the mossy glow begins to rise from the ground.
Oh boy.
It's getting up.
Now,
that's not good.
it begins
I'll
hovering
take the
from the
shot.
ground, and it hovers about 2.5 meters in the air.
Oh boy.
I'll still take the shot and try to draw the attention so that the Scion can, use that as a moment to yell out, "Everyone flee!"
Okay, so you're going to coordinate that action?
Yeah,
Sure,
sure.
I'm getting everyone's attention. You're
So,
up.
Mark, make another persuasion check.
All right. Let's see. That would be another 7 dice. So I got
Difficulty 4.
here. And I'm going to yell,
Greg, what do you want to do?
I will shout as well. See if I
Okay,
can
so
combine
also
all of them.
persuade, difficulty 4.
so I'm going to yell at everyone to evacuate immediately if they value their lives.
Okay.
Run!
Which they're citizens of the Imperium, which means they probably won't value their lives.
They'll run toward
so
it, right?
Wow, I critically succeed, and I get 4 6s,
Damn.
5 6s, 6 6s total.
Wow.
So yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, Greg?
Difficulty 4? I just rolled a 4. I suck apparently.
1-4, you mean?
No, I rolled the difficulty number.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, cool. And then that's the same time. So Rob takes a shot at the crate. It rings over your heads and then into the crowd. Suddenly, people start panicking, but your very convincing Scion presence, as well as the psychic presence that Gregg has, you're able to get a lot of people's attention. So out of the 50 or so people that were remaining, you got the attention of another 25 or 30 people.
Damn.
So a lot of folks are still like frightened of the gunshot plus the glowing object that is now hovering above the ground. So people begin to scatter from the glowing object, but as they begin to scatter from there, suddenly you see kind of heat ripples coming from it, pointing in one direction to your left.
Yeah.
Before you know it, these ripples literally begin disintegrating flesh from the people that are running away from it.
Oh.
Are you telling me that this thing has a better persuasion than me?
It's disintegrating people.
Yeah, I know.
It's very
Yes.
persuasive.
It's very persuasive, yes. Rob, you can see through your scope that it seems to be holding out like an object, like a short shaft object. That is where the disintegration is emanating from.
All right, I guess we're going to have to remove this thing in as many large pieces as possible so I can take it back with me.
So this object, as people are running away, in a matter of about 2 seconds, it sweeps around in a 360-degree arc and literally disintegrates every single person that was standing within 15 meters.
Ouch.
People literally disintegrate into nothingness, atomized.
This is like Mars Attacks getting shot by a ray gun kind of thing.
I was thinking it was more like
Yep. So they turn into, well, yeah, they literally disintegrate before your eyes.
Oh. Okay, we need to get up there, so we should run to try and get to the get as close as possible.
I mean, we don't really have to clear a crowd anymore. The Necron did it for us. Because we dispersed half the crowd. I assume the other half were
Got
still
eaten.
congregated around it. About how many people are left around the Necron after all this
No one
stuff?
within 15 meters. Everyone else is running away.
How
All
far
right.
away are we at this point?
50 meters.
50?
about.
Can I pick out its arm from this mossy thing? Like is the arm that's holding the hand that's holding the disintegration rod? Can I see that clearly?
It just moved around in a massive circle, and now the moss is actually falling off of the object.
Oh boy.
So can I see the arm that's holding this disintegration rod?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a shot at its arm.
Okay.
We're trying to disarm
So
it.
a medium. So that's a cold shot at a medium thing. So it create. that increases my difficulty number by 2.
You're also at like pretty long range.
Well, I have the monoscope doesn't reduces my range DN by 2.
Oh, great. Okay. Take the shot.
So what's the difficulty number I'm looking for here?
It's your. Go ahead and roll your ballistic skill.
So that would be 9 plus 1 for aiming.
Oh,
So I crit on the wrath dice, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, including 4 6s, not including the wrath. So 5 6s and a 5.
Okay, and then count how many you can push over to extra damage dice if you'd like.
What's my target number?
Is that on the enemy's sheet?
I have no idea.
I cannot remember, but I'm going to say you got that because that's a really high number.
high number. He wants to be able to push, though, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty high number for your target. I feel like a target number is like 3 in general or something like that.
Jeez.
It's in around 220-ish page, around that area.
Reading.
But in the meantime, you hit it, for sure. And now you can do your damage, which is your base of your weapon, plus any extra damage dice, plus any exalted icons you want to push toward damage.
So if it's 3, then
You
I'll
push
use
4.
those 3 and I'll push 4. And that's just an extra 1 damage, or is that an extra damage dice?
Extra damage dice, which can
Gotcha.
be
So-
0, 1, or 2 damage.
So that gives me 4 pushed, 1 extra dice, plus. So I have this many dice. I have to succeed. So 2, 3 plus. So I do 13 damage to its arm. Oh wait, I get 1 extra dice for the aim.
You also
or
get
for
a crit.
Medium. 1 critical success, so that's 2 damage, right?
It's an automatic 1 damage if you don't meet the resilience.
Well,
So
I do 10 base. So what's its resilience?
15.
Okay,
Oh,
so
dang.
10, 11, 12. I only do 13 damage to it, but a definite 1 because of the crit.
That's right. And then now you can roll a critical effect as well.
Is that the D6 or?
Yep, I'm looking for the table right now. It's around here somewhere. I was actually just looking at it.
Oh, found
Yep.
it.
There you go. Yep.
D6.
Yeah, 66.
The red number is number 1.
Ooh.
61.
All right.
Unspeakable carnage. A truly grievous strike. The attack is a terrifying display of martial prowess. A geyser of gore erupts from the foe's wound, and ragged remnants of the body strewn across the battlefield. Effect: target suffers 1d3 plus 3 mortal wounds. Severity plus 1 mortal.
Roll 1d3.
3.
Oof.
So 3. So 6 mortal wounds.
Oil goes everywhere.
Oil goes everywhere.
Well, not quite. But you do a nice little chunk out of the elbow, so it becomes kind of loose from the elbow down.
Loosey goosey.
Fair
So that's
enough.
funny. That great shot, all that damage, it just kind of hurt his elbow a little bit.
Well, it does have a resilience of 15.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how many wounds it has.
2, right?
Oh,
Too
well.
many.
It's a lot.
All right. So it's going to retaliate, probably.
Well, I guess we go into initiative now.
I'm going to count that as your first initiative.
Makes sense.
Yep. So you kind of have a preemptive shot at it. I forget. We go back and forth, right?
I thought so, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So it shoots off into the air, about 20 meters straight up.
Ha, idiot. We're over here.
And it shoots up in the air and gets 20 meters in about half a second.
Oof.
You can see its back is literally glowing. And then you see particles where it was going off in the air. It looks kind of like a jump pack,
It's a Praetorian.
but less archaic. Like no jet fuel involved.
It's a Praetorian with a rod of something.
Yeah.
All right, then I will take aim and try to shoot it out of the sky then.
Okay. So because it's flying up in the air, it's a +2 difficulty.
Mm-hmm. So I am at a 9. 8.
Okay.
9. And do I get an extra one for aiming?
Yes, I believe so.
All right, so here goes nothing. Whee!
Defense.
So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4.
You need to get a 6 to be able to hit.
I got 6 exactly.
Okay. Because it's
No
4
crit.
plus 2 difficulty.
No crits and no failures.
All right, roll your damage.
So I'm at -2 AP. If that does something special.
That will take down its resilience, I believe.
All right. So my damage is 7 plus extra die.
Mm-hmm.
How far away were they?
So you're still at 50 meters, plus he's another 20 meters up, so you're like 60-ish meters.
Oh, geez. That is outside my range. I did not realize it was so far away.
Yeah, it's still a ways away. The galvanic rifle can hit it no problem.
Gotcha. No, I'm at 36 meters, so...
I'm at the edge of my range.
So I guess if I were to move up and try, how close could I get and still be able to shoot?
I think if you move once, you should be able to get in range, but you wouldn't be able to aim after that.
Exactly. So you want me to just re-roll everything
Yep,
then?
okay, go for it.
All right, so that'd be not aiming. And... yeah. Oh, God, I got 0 successes on 9 dice.
Yep. So you dashing forward with your hotshot las gun are not... It's a volley gun or a las gun?
It is a hotshot las.
Okay, good. Yep. So with your hotshot las, you are pumping rounds into the air, but it's hard to track the object. It's moving so quick. It almost, with the heat, looks like it's like stuttering up and down.
This is like the after image effect.
Yeah. So you can't quite, get a beat on it. Greg, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move up right behind Mark, and I'm going to cast Dull Pain on him.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So you've got to beat a 5.
I thought Dull Pain was a 4.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Oh, yes, what's up?
And yay!
I did. So I got a 5.
Nice. Anything to push over?
No, unfortunately not. So that is 1 point of shock reduced from all sources for it,
All right.
which is helpful.
Yep. Okay, so you said that does what to him again?
It reduces all. It's shock reduced by a point from all sources.
On
I
you.
start feeling the dull pain.
Cool. Okay.
Why?
Sounds good. All right. New round of initiative. So you all choose who takes first turn.
Rob
I guess
is,
I'll take
yeah,
a shot
Rob's probably
again.
best prepared. So.
Rob is the Schuster master, so
I'm going to spend one of my reloads.
Okay.
We haven't gotten back yet. To activate Salvo,
Mhm.
which I can do with something else. So I'm going to use Salvo and Aim. So that'll add 3 to my ballistic skill. Take me to 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yep, and you're looking to beat 6.
11, 12.
ooh, so close to a crit on the last die.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Whoa!
5, 6, 7, 8. I'll push one of those for damage. So I get 1. The push dice. I don't roll a wrath dice for damage, do I?
No.
So 1, 2, and 1.
I don't believe so.
So I don't think I can actually hurt it unless I get critical. I do 1 critical, so I do 1 damage again.
You did crit? Okay.
But it's not a. But it's only a crit hit.
That does anything, right?
If you roll a 6 on the wrath dice, that's where you do the wrath deck.
Correct.
Otherwise, it just does 1. In addition, all critical hits that do not exceed the target's resilience inflict 1 wound to the target. So I do 1 more wound.
All right. Yep. Okay. Cool. So you do a chink off of one of its rib armor pieces. You see a little hole where that is now.
So the rib falls off, and then a
Yep.
female Necron spawns from it.
So y'all observe that while it's hovering in the air, the part of the elbow actually regrows.
Oh man.
Well, that's not good.
So let me roll
Continue firing.
real quick how much it regrows. It completely regrows at the elbow.
Dang it. Well, at least it didn't hydra into 2 elbows.
Yeah, just start to General Grievous hitting up there.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's
So did it use its action to regrow, or is it counter?
No, that's actually automatic.
Oh,
So
good.
it's going to shoot 20 meters toward you in the air. And then it becomes starts coming down in a beeline toward Mark.
Oh. So it's like slow motion shot towards me?
No, it's fast. It's like half a second to cover 20 meters.
Oh.
Maybe a second to cover 20 meters.
He's a speedster.
Zing.
Yeah.
Well,
it's as fast as a bullet almost.
So is he like falcon diving at me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, at least that means the only thing I'll hit is his head if I aim at.
Is that what we're gonna do? You're just gonna.
Yep, I'm
Oh,
gonna
God.
aim. 8, 9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep. So your difficulty now is 7 because it's traveling at you at a very, very fast pace.
That's fine. Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice. All right,
So,
you
yeah,
successfully hit. Very good. Roll your damage. Plus, if you have any extra exalted icons to push, you can do that.
I will push the extra. You said
You
I
can
need.
also, I believe, put exalted icons toward reducing its resilience.
Hmm.
So you already got a -2.
Yeah, I already have a -2 to that.
What kind of
Right, because you're
damage?
taking out some of its armor. Yep. So it's already at 13 resilience.
And you said I needed what to hit, an 8,
7.
a 7.
Yeah.
7 to hit it, yeah. But you hit it already.
Yeah, so I can only do 1. So yeah, I'll push 1 to damage.
Okay. So now you put it's an extra damage dice you can put. So now you have your
So I
base of
got-
your hot shot plus your damage, extra damage dice. I think you get 1 extra damage dice.
About how close was he?
He's
At this
currently
point?
about 10 meters away from you.
Oh, then I get an extra die for basically being at half range.
Yeah,
With
he's
rapid
like
fire?
zooming right at you.
All right, so here goes. So 7 plus 1, and then it's -2 AP.
Okay. So unfortunately, that is not enough to beat its resilience.
Oh.
Although you did reduce it. It is a hefty creature.
Did you at least knock it off course, or is it just fine?
So Rob, you recognize that this is not, at this distance, you recognize that this is not a normal Necron. You've heard about the different types of Necrons. This does not, normal Necrons do not hover high above the battlefield like this.
That'd be terrible.
So this is very unusual, as far as you know.
And very dangerous for us.
Yes. Probably dangerous for anyone. Gregg, your turn.
Alright, so can I cast a spell, and then if he's within range, can I shoot him?
He is currently, if you're right next to Mark, he's 10 meters away.
Is that allowed, though? Can I do both of those actions, or I only get to do
To
one?
shoot and psychic?
Yeah.
I think you can do one or the other.
Okay, then I'm just going to cast Smite at him.
All right.
What's his defense?
So his defense is going to be 4, but because of the null effect that he's dampening, it's -1. So it's 5 for you,
Okay.
or +1 difficulty. And you sense this dampening effect growing stronger as he approaches.
3, 4, 5. Alright, I passed it, but just barely. So that's going to be just D3 mortal wounds to him.
Come on. All right,
2.
2 mortal wounds?
Yes.
Nice. Nice. You shoot a... go ahead and describe your smite for us, because everyone has their own unique way of smiting.
So I just wave my staff towards him and compress the air around him until it's just a warp shock that just shatters bone.
Nice. Kind of like an ultrasonic.
Yeah.
All right. So then you can see ripples inside in his armor, that there's actually rippling amongst the metal then it's like slight crushing. It's almost like denting of a car,
Okay.
but like much smaller and in waves. So basically, he's coming at you hyper velocity, and then you're literally causing these little ripples to happen.
Does that by chance weaken his armor?
No, but it does cause damage.
No. Nice try.
Nice. At this point, we're back up to initiative again.
So Rob is still in camp, so he's probably going to be able to go first.
Take another shot at it again.
You mind if I go first since it's
Go for
10 meters away from
Go
me?
right ahead.
It's like, it's like, yeah, let's let me shoot it before it dives into my face.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it one last go.
You're
See
aiming,
my-
right?
Now,
I
from
have,
what you can tell, it does not look heavily damaged.
Yeah. So I actually will not aim. I will try to dive out of the way after I shoot.
Okay.
So here goes nothing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'll spend a
Glory dice.
glory dice to reroll these since that's not enough.
Oh, that's
6. So then we go 7, 8, 9, 10 again.
Okay.
And I guess I'll just push this back into my pool so I have more rerolls. So yeah, I succeed by 1 extra.
Nice. So
So-
go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, so I'm only rolling 2 because I'm not pushing that towards damage. So yeah, oh god. So just 7.
7. All right. It chinks off as you're pulling that trigger pretty hard there.
Yep.
Or holding it
and-
down, as it were, and it's rapid firing, recycling its battery pretty quick. You feel it getting quite warm as you're letting it
yeah.
rip.
I will have to exchange cartridges, as my salvo rating is 3 right now.
Gotcha.
Well, that's not how that works.
Oh, it's not how it works?
You don't run out of ammo unless you critically fail or things like that. Your salvo is you can do a salvo shot where you sacrifice a reload.
Mhm.
So on your back you have reloads written down somewhere.
Gotcha.
Then you can sacrifice that to get this many extra dice to your shot.
Right.
As you're just kind of firing them all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So the Necron comes swooping in toward you, Mark.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. So
What is your
my,
defense?
so after I took the shot, remember I tried to duck. I don't know if that helps me at all, but my defense rating is 2.
2?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, my defense is low too.
I have a defense of 3.
Hey, you're the tankiest one here.
I think my
2,
heavier
4,
armor brought
6,
my defense
8.
down 1.
Yep. And one of these is a Wrath die.
But I'm also going
You said 2.
Yep.
Well,
Good luck hitting
It only just got 2,
that.
and nothing critical on the. Out of 8 dice, it got 2. So it does connect with you. I throw 3 extra damage dice. 2 of those. How much soak or how much shock, soak, and health do you have?
I have 6 shock. What did Dull Pain give me?
It gives you 1 less, but it only lasts 1 round, so it's expired.
It doesn't. It has to go through his resilience first, right?
Yeah, so I'm Resilience 7, Shock 6, 5 wounds.
Soak 3.
Soak is 3.
Okay. Well, this connects for 7. No, 7 plus 3. 7 plus 2. 9 damage.
9 damage.
Yeah.
So then, what's the math for that then?
Well, it would go through. It hits your 7 resilience, then it does 2, and I don't know what that 2 does after.
Basically, going over resilience just allows you to put the damage onto the person. So then if you do a successful hit, then you don't necessarily damage it, right?
Target's resilience. Target suffers 1 wound for every damage value over resilience.
All right, so it'd be 2.
Any
so far.
shock or wounds dealt reduce target total.
So his total was 9 that you got.
So you basically got 2 over my resilience, which equals 2 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
So I'd be at 3 health.
So you can do a soak test.
Okay, what's the soak test?
See the cost of soaking bullets. Survival is far from guaranteed in the grimdarks of the future. It is difficult for any character to withstand serious damage. Choosing to soak wounds costs 1 shock.
Yep. So you basically take away a shock and you can soak wounds.
So right now he's doing 2 wounds. So he's taking you from 5 to 3.
Gotcha.
Instead, you can make a soak test. Is it a test? Thus, the soak roll is to roll a soak is not a test. Does not use a wrath dice, nor is it a difficulty number. Thus, the soak roll is unaffected by anything that increases the yen.
So if it lets me reduce that damage, I'll do it.
I don't know what you're rolling.
Okay, I should describe the soak roll in here.
Toughness. Heroes may make a toughness roll at a cost. So you make a toughness roll.
Okay.
Yep. So roll your toughness. The cost is the 1 shock.
All right, so I'm toughness 3, so 3 or less, or
Or no, you roll 3
3 dice.
Oh, 3 dice.
And each success is, I guess, 1 that goes toward your soak.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. All right, cool. So I got a crit and a success, so that's 3 less damage.
So down to 2. So yeah, you have 1 soak left, I guess.
So you use 2 soak and you don't take any wounds.
Right.
Gotcha. So that means the soak goes from 3 to 1.
3 to 1. So
Okay.
it's like there's a current side to it over here.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So now all 3 of you take 1 point of shock damage for the sheer power of the assault of this Necron.
Shock is kind of your leadership. Represents a character's determination in the face of combat and potential death. A character that drops to 0 shock. You can spend an action and a point of wrath for 1d3 plus 3.
So here's the thing. There's no current soak right now.
I mean, you just add a line to it.
All right.
Cool. All right, y'all's turn.
But it's not soak. It costs you 1 shock.
Yes, 1 shock.
So it doesn't cost you 1 soak. So you succeeded. So you take 1 more shock.
Gotcha. So I'm at 4 shock from 6 because he
Yeah,
lowered our
because-
shock and I spent that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you can spend an action to get 1d and a wrath point to get 1d3 plus 3 shock back.
Gotcha.
Right. So if you're running low on shock, you can use that.
And you can use that as part of a multi-act.
Gotcha.
Nice. All right, y'all's turn.
All right. Well, I don't mind the order this
going
time.
to try to take a shot at it again. So I guess one action.
So he is now on the ground still, just after swooping through and attacking Mark.
Did you a superhero landing kind of thing?
Yes. So the shock is like the whole ground shaking and...
I'm going to use another of my reloads for another salvo into it. So I get 9, 10, 11, aim, and is it within 35 meters of me now? Or 30 meters of me? And I get an extra one.
Nice.
For range. For rapid fire. Oh, and I do have penetration 1, so I get through 1 of its armor every time I...
Cool. So that makes its resilience down to 14.
Yeah. I'll look it up in a minute. Doing dice.
What is steadfast?
It's like playing orcs.
So I crit on my wrath dice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And I do, so that's worth 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 successes.
You
Awesome.
can put both of those.
So I will push 2 of those to damage.
Great.
And then I do 10 plus my push dice plus 1 ED plus 1. And this is a crit, thankfully.
Here's the chart.
But here's the damage first. It is 10,
Ooh.
11, 12. So it does 12 damage. So it's is a crit on damage rolls worth 2 damage?
That's what I thought. You said 0, 1, or 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's 2.
So I hit 14, so it takes.
An additional.
Well, it takes shock damage from that. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So I do 2 damage automatically because I rolled 2 crits on my.
You also have to roll the crit table
die.
because you went over its resilience.
Oh, right. And then on the crit table, 36 is Savage Attack. The assault leaves the opponent a mangled mess, slashing, burning, breaking, or ripping them into them with violent force. Effect: the target suffers 1 mortal wound. If the target survives, they immediately acquire a memorable injury. Page 233.
Okay.
Severity, +1 mortal wound, keyword after melee harm, any?
I don't know.
Hey, if I had done it.
Interesting. 133.
233.
Injury.
Memorable injury. Roll a d6.
Yep.
4.
All right, we got 1. It's a battle scar.
I think you're on a different page than I am.
I'm on 134.
You said 234.
234.
Sorry, 234. Yes, I'm on the right page. Then we're going to have him being maimed on the... Okay, so you shoot through his leg. So then
Roll a
part
D6.
of the armor actually kind of molecularly singes.
So I roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, the leg is damaged. On a 4 to 6, the right leg suffers. Left leg is... So it is the left foot or left leg that is damaged.
All right. Cool.
I'm okay with that.
Yep. So then the Necron actually turns up and begins pointing its particle caster at you.
Ooh. Good thing you ain't got the flesh as much as we do.
It's gonna hurt.
Probably a little bit.
Gregg, your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to try and duck back just a little bit and cast Create Flame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3,
This is just like 40k. Tons of
4,
dice.
5. Okay, so I can push 1 dice and I can generate flame from another body part. So I'm going to... Right now I'm holding my staff in my right hand, so I'm going to cover my left hand in fire, and I'm going to cover my head in fire as well.
Okay.
And so this is a sustain spell, so I can keep it going as long as I want, but on every additional test, I have to increase the difficulty number by 2 if I want to try and cast something.
Gotcha.
But I can use it as a weapon, so I'm going to be punching it.
Solid.
And headbutting.
And headbutt. So if I have fire from
headbutt.
2 places, that means I can attack with the weapon twice? But it doesn't really say, it just says that's a potency thing.
I guess maybe if you treat it like Age of Sigmar, where 2 weapons just means you're better at connecting.
Maybe.
It might be something like multi-attack, where you get +2 kind of thing. But let's see. I will unload into it.
You could do an all-out attack plus 2 dice on melee weapons minus the round.
But that I have a knife.
No, him.
Oh.
Maybe. Let me see.
Sacrifice reload to gain a bonus.
This gives you your salvo rating in extra dice to attack with.
Oh,
For a reload. That's what salvo does.
sure. I'll do that. Now I'm trying to look up what because it's been a while. What muzzle break and what steadfast do? I can't remember really what that is. But I'll go ahead and.
Yep, go ahead and roll.
6, 9 for now, and I'll just do aim because it's familiar. All right. Rah! Dang it. Can't seem the crit on the wrath dice, but it's still high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Target is 4.
All right, so
You can push 1.
I'll push 1 into.
I don't want to lower his resistance. you think about it.
Yeah.
What you're doing.
We'll
Let's
lower
roll
his
6.
resilience
Better.
by 2 with that one. And so that puts me at.
Muzzle brake increases the salvo rating by 1.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So
that means you would have had an extra dice, right?
well, yeah, that's if I do the salvo thing.
That's if you do the salvo.
So I just do 7 plus 2d6, but this is -4 to his resilience. So be 9 total with -4 to his resilience.
So still just
All right.
shy.
That would make his resilience down to 11.
So almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah. Nothing you can do about that right now.
I'm gonna start using Wrath to reroll any non-success and see if I can't.
Do you want to use the Wrath?
No.
You can't do it in this case.
But I mean, like after I shoot him, I can take the Wrath dice and reroll more.
Yeah.
Get that high enough to where I can start pushing penalties to his resilience and bonuses.
You got 9 damage?
I'm 7, yeah, then plus 2.
So we have 6 glory points right now. You can use them to increase the damage by 1. So you can use 2. You can use 3 glory points we have as a group to do 1 damage to it, or you could use all 6 of our glory dice and do
5 damage.
4 damage to it.
We'll save it for later.
Okay.
Well, we still have our own Wrath points, right?
Yes.
What we
Everyone
use
has 2 wrath points.
Yeah.
And there are 6 glory points.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just do it because if I fail to meet the resilience, it's just what 1 damage.
Well, if you hit the resilience, it does shock damage.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
If you pass the resilience, then it does 1 wound for every point past its resilience. So if
Gotcha.
its resilience is 11, you would and you did 14 damage. You would do 3 damage.
Gotcha.
Or 3.
Making more sense.
So, Rob, you can see that it's taken some damage. Doesn't look like it's too heavy. The other 2 characters do not have any reference for how damaged it looks. They're just shooting at it.
Steadfast.
Right? Okay, cool. New initiative round.
Okay. Mark, do you want to go first?
You might want to go first since he's aiming at you.
So at the beginning of this round, you see a light cackling about 50 meters off in the distance, around where the Necron's body originally was.
Either it's getting friends or someone's coming to help.
So yeah, I'll
I
go
would
first,
not
and
count on the ladder.
I will shoot at it. I'll do salvo.
Okay.
So this will be a +4. So that'll be 13 dice.
And Steadfast gives you 1 extra damage.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So I've been missing on the. So 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. All right, and the same dice as the rest dice. So here goes nothing. Yeah. Oh, nice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 success.
Okay, your target's 4.
So I will. Now, how many times can I lower the resilience?
It might be 1 per push.
So you could lower its resilience by 6.
You said 1 per.
Oh, 1 per push, so you could lower it by 3. You're already lowering it by 2.
Don't quote me on it, but I'm going to go for now. I'm going to say yes.
All right. So, well, if anything, I could also just do extra damage, lower resilience if it's not stackable.
I don't know, but I couldn't find where that is.
Gotcha. So we'll just try we'll lower its resilience by 2, and I'll get an extra damage.
So you're already lowering it by 2 for your AP.
Yeah, so
you're
it'll be
lowering
at
it by
-4.
4, so it has resilience 11.
All right.
You get it by another 2. Is it 2 for each 6 or just 1?
It's apparently 1 for each.
Okay.
6. So
Then
I'm
you're-
rolling. Steadfast gives me a damage die. I get a damage die for rapid fire. I get a rapid damage die for the weapon, and then so it'd be, and then a damage die for pushing.
Yeah.
So here goes nothing. So it's at armor 11, and nice. So I get 7, 8, 9, 10.
And you do
When you
1
use-
damage automatically because that's a 6.
Gotcha.
So you put 1 wound into it essentially with the 6. And if you spend 2 of our glory, you can put another wound into it. So you would be doing 2 wounds. So 1, I don't know. It's up to you.
So why would spinning our glory only do 1 wound for 2 instead of 1 for 1?
Well, you're only at 10 right now.
7, 8, 9, 10. You're right.
So using 1 glory would match it.
Yeah, so let's use 2 and we'll do an additional wound.
So we do 2 wounds to it.
You matching a resilience?
Yeah,
It's
we're
1d3
pushing
shock
past-
if you match resilience.
No, we're going 1 above its
Yeah.
resilience.
Oh, great. Okay.
And the 1/6 in the damage dice does a damage as well. So it takes 2 wounds.
All right.
That does
Nice.
damage finally.
Use your hot shot. That's very close by. It's like, I don't know, a meter or 2 away.
Yeah. I mean, that is where it's most potent. It's not a very long range weapon.
By the way, this is Necron is it's glowing blue, but it is also blue armored.
And it's also glowing red from getting hit by.
Yeah, there is some red glow in there as well, but the main part of it is blue, which is the jetpack part.
It's a very sad necro.
It's a big blue glow. So in the distance, around 30, 40 meters away from where you are, you see a couple of more bodies pop into existence from the cackling light.
Oh boy.
Shit.
Gotta get rid of this big one first. The little ones we can deal with after that.
So they
Maybe.
immediately take some shots from the distance,
Gotta cut the head of the snake off. Sneaky.
and they're aiming at one is aiming at Gregg, so he's going to roll at you. What's your
Okay.
defense, Gregg?
I'm gonna aim at the fiery
Yeah,
guy.
it's like, oh, sure, aim at the flaming beacon of.
Greg, what's your defense?
2.
2. Okay.
I
Yeah,
had
we're-
no armor.
We're very defensive.
It is at long range, and so it screeches past your head with a vibrant blue energy. It shoots into a crate nearby and melts part of the crate and disintegrates it.
That would have hurt.
Another one goes into Mark.
Oh no. Same defense.
2.
Yep.
Okay.
And it connects.
This one connects.
And it connects. Yep.
Big
Self-fulfilling
time.
prophecy.
It actually
Well-
critically connects.
Oh no. Bye, Mark.
So it's 2. And I need a. Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It did
So we're
one
gonna do 3
million
pushes over. I got 3 6s, including the
Oh
crit.
my god. So it
So we're gonna push that into extra damage.
one eye and then boomerangs back out the other. I'm
Yep.
blind now.
So the damage is 5 plus. We're gonna do 4 extra damage dice.
So you're resilient. Or you're
9.
resilient.
Ooh.
7.
Okay.
So you're taking 2 wounds right now. You can again make a toughness. You can make a tough test that if you succeed on, you
cause a shock.
can just cause shock to you. Or you
Yeah,
can
we're
just
looking at 10 damage total.
So 3 wounds.
Um,
What's the critical hit?
Oh yeah, we gotta do the crit.
Thanks, Rob.
I want to know.
God. My arm gets blasted off.
66 is grizzly amputation.
Yeah.
You could get amputated.
Look how excited you were about
It's
that.
awesome. I get to see his gooey wiggly parts.
And then you can replace
26
Fleshy armor
ferocious
with purple.
rending. It shreds your flesh into ribbons.
1d3.
Gory furrows of red ruin are torn open, grinding your bones and leaving them open to attack.
Ooh.
So basically,
it's plus 1d3 wounds. So let's roll that. That's 3 plus 3 wounds.
13 damage.
I would
you
do it.
now have vulnerable 2.
Wonderful.
I could have pushed for more severity, but we're not going to for the
Well,
moment.
if you do a tough test, then you could go unconscious.
Oh,
Which
wow.
is probably bad.
Because once you're shocked.
Well, my shock's at 4.
Yeah, but if you're taking 6 damage right now. So I mean, I would do take some of it into your shock, but don't go below. Oh no, you're only using 1 shock. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to, I guess, soak it. So I'm rolling my 3 for my toughness.
Mhm.